So, I mean, we don't necessarily need a recap of last time. Notes are pretty solid as usual, but you guys got on the boat, picked up 3 quests that you kind of were bouncing between, as well as everyone is getting their little aside for upgrading their like artifact, their attunement to their plane. We ended with, was it Noko, I think?
Yes.
Yeah, we ended with Noko, and we still have technically Absynthos, Alton, and Zidane. This doesn't work. I think it was Thamor and was it Morani who had the last watch?
Thamor and Marani had the last watch.
Yeah. Okay. And then was there a watch after? Because I think after that it was supposed to be
Probably going to be Alton
and Zidane, right? Because I don't
Zidane.
think Absynthos took a watch.
Yeah,
I don't think
first
Alton
one
would let him.
was Evian and Barnacle.
Yeah.
Second one was
Thamor and Morani.
Yep. Sounds right to me.
So, and I think, was it Absynthos who like didn't take one at all, or was it 3 on the last?
I think originally wanted to do 3, although I'm not sure Alton would want to trust Absynthos with the watch.
I
think you're wrong.
Oh, we got a message from Noko too. Okay. Let's go ahead and start. Go ahead and start with Absynthos, just because this would occur before the next watch even starts.
Sounds good. Give me about a minute to get some more water.
Oh.
Okay.
Wait, what?
He's got to have his ice water.
What?
Oh man.
Your patron pushes you overboard. There's your water.
The patron is not pleased that you just turned it aside for water. There's plenty of it around you.
Noko just posted he'll be on in about 5 minutes. He's just grabbing something for the oven.
You know what? Tap water works for the moment, so that's what I got.
Oh no. What will he do without his ice water?
Absynthos, as you had kind of retreated to your chambers after that bit of that conversation with what was it? Was Evian, I believe, when you were in the hold? No, Zidane. That's right. It was Zidane. You were hearing those odd, like both hearing and seeing voices and these odd symbols and runes kind of start floating around you. And you kind of brush that out of your mind as you went to retreat to your quarters or temporary quarters. And as you try to like shake it off, eventually falling into a slumber, in your sleep, you don't dream of anything. It's empty, kind of that dreamless sleep state. And as you sit there in that silence, that emptiness, again, the runes and symbols start to just slowly rise and play around you. They seem to play around you a bit, coming closer before fading away, lighting up at intervals. Although you can't make them out, you've never seen or even heard this language that's being spoken and shown in front of you. You feel almost that instinctual urge of just looking at one of these symbols. You just know instinctively the word, the guttural sound to make to incite this. You don't know why or what you're saying. or what you would say if you were to say anything aloud.
Apsos is going to look into his hands, see he has a ziggurat in his hands, and he wonders how on earth he could be casting tongues without the material component.
And as you stare down into your hands, you start seeing these runes that were floating around start latching to your skin, crawling and moving about your skin as well before fading away as others take their place.
I'd just be like away, kind of walk away from the runes. This doesn't seem like a happy, good time.
Yeah. So you turn and you start just kind of maybe like brushing them away or just shrugging them off and trying to walk away from the symbols that seem to float around you. And as you walk away, they fade. You just walk in darkness for a while. The voice is still playing on the edges of your peripheral hearing.
Could I make out the voice? Is it recognizable? Or is it a wholly new one?
It's not a voice you've... It is not a distinct voice you've heard before, but you are familiar... So describe this. You are familiar with the entity that seems to be speaking to you. As you have touched it once when you passed out, opening your mind in the gazebo, as well as the same bizarre feeling you got when probing into Arrestimore's mind. Just this feeling of emptiness, and yet this feeling of power within it.
Oh, strange. Although it was trying to speak to me as something, perhaps it could enunciate itself a little bit more.
As you speak those words, the voices grow silent for a moment, and you see several runes flash in front of your eyes in sequence. Then they disappear. You feel a slight pain just coursing up your arm. And then you hear a very sharp voice. You have asked. We answer.
Hmm. Is there a reason why you're speaking to me in, well, perhaps a lucid dream as opposed to some other method?
This is how you are connected to us, to this. Your mind has been freed of its shackles.
Shackles of what? The existence of the burden of existence?
Yes, the burdens of creation, the burdens of the false world you see around you.
Oh, it's about time. I was wondering when the Queen would, enlighten me on certain aspects beyond sight.
And as you kind of say that, you see the image of your deity take form and just start just kind of walking amongst the darkness.
I remain standing, but with a plain face, but inside, Apstoth's is freaking out a little.
It looks over to you, but instead of the eyes filled with like a fiery, like that fiery power that you would be so accustomed to, They're dull and black. It says nothing to you.
Oh, great. Another entity that wants something from me. Whatever. Life has no meaning to begin with. That's what we make
We
of it.
want nothing. This was already made clear to you once. The void seeks nothing. We desire nothing.
Desire nothing or desire nothingness? Key distinction there. Because if you desired nothing, you'd be highly apathetic. I suppose that's one interpretation of nihilism. Life has no meaning, therefore nothing really matters, and it doesn't matter what happens, whether everything gets annihilated or everything stays in its place. Feels like you're a slave to that nothingness.
We are no slave. We are no master. We seek nothing, and in seeking nothing, form nothingness. The void takes back what once was nothing, that has been turned into things, abominations, lies, to achieve nothing. We will take back everything. So what do you desire? To give us nothing.
I do believe life has no inherent value. Nothing is where we come from, nothing is where we go. It's merely what we choose that makes something. Even that something ultimately ends up meaningless as nothing, depending on your point of view. Never fully understood why you'd want to let things go to creation, then want to destroy creation afterwards to bring it back to destruction. Perhaps you can enlighten me on that. Or in darken, given the current circumstances.
We do not seek to destroy, but to reclaim and bring about the nothingness that once was, the perfection of the beginning. Creation was a lie. The world, the machinations of everything around you, was built upon the premise of something existing when nothing should have. Void bears no ill will, does not bear balance, does not care for noble or poor or the pettiness of rank or of differences. They are all lie, for they are all born from the nothingness, and to that nothingness we seek to bring them back.
If it was always, where did something come from? Perhaps it's an irrelevant question. Nothing is something are just constructs of our own imaginations. Perhaps this may even be impossible to describe with words. Perhaps a more direct emotional.
You, as you kind of prod these questions, you feel this just searing, this growing searing pain in your mind. And as you kind of look about you in this emptiness, you just start seeing very, best way I can describe, Doctor Strange-esque, of multiple visions around you, multiple fractions of yourself and of the world, of different places you've been, things you've seen, different durations of the world. And you just hear this voice magnified in different tones speaking from these different shards. Countless times, countless worlds, countless nothingnesses. In that eternity and anomaly form. This creation, this something that should not be, created the lies that spread through the rest. We seek only to fix this anomaly.
Oh, you've piqued my interest on it. Do you know where the anomaly came from?
Unknown, but it does not matter. We will take everything back into nothingness. And by doing so, we will consume the anomaly one way or another. So then, what do you desire? Do you want to be an emissary of nothing? Do you desire nothingness?
Above all else, I desire inequality. To become one, everyone the level same playing field.
A notion that exists only in this lie. But in the void, there is no discrepancy, no imbalances. It is all the same ever-shifting pattern. Perhaps you can create a world for yourself in this.
That's certainly more than what was promised from the other. The ability to create, the ability to manipulate, certainly more than eternal servitude.
You would serve none. The laws of reality, creation, would come to serve you should you open yourself to the void. Allow us to take back what is ours, what was nothing to begin with. Do what you wish, what you leave behind. The void will take all in time, but time is also a lie.
Where's my pen and paper? I gotta write this down.
And as you say this, it materializes in your hands. The parchment is dull and faded. And the quill, while sturdy, seems muted, almost as if you're holding like an ashen gray feather.
I just start writing down just the philosophical thinking of what is nothing and something, and the basic concept of nihilism. What really matters?
Uh,
Or at least that's what I'm planning writing down into the book. It's just a recording of the philosophical discussion.
Yeah.
Hmm. Perhaps advancing the minds would advance the return of nothingness. Using the lie to defeat the lie. An interesting premise.
it is what suits you.
Hmm. Perhaps I should be more open to divergent thought in the future. This has been mind opening.
Void seeks only what once was. A return to true nothing. Void is also aware. By means of this anomaly, we should not be. Here we are. A paradox in and of itself. But we seek to end that. Whatever means necessary. So, young noble, what is it you desire?
I suppose I've been lying to myself the whole time. I desire control over my own destiny. Whatever that may be. If my destiny is annihilation, then it's annihilation. If the destiny is supremacy, then it's supremacy. If it's servitude, it's servitude. But I want to control that to wherever it may go.
And
Is that a good
so,
enough answer for you?
and so it shall be. And you just feel this racking pain convulse through your body. And as you look around you, more of these runes flash and blink in out of existence, and you hear those words again of this void speak echoing around you. And despite not knowing the true definition of the words, you are more than aware of what they mean now. And you know that just by even uttering these words, putting them in the correct ways, perhaps you really can control your own destiny. No matter what.
In arcane language, thought given sound, emotions given context. Interesting. I wonder why more people are not open to the concept. Speaking of not having time, how long have I been here? Or does it even really matter?
but you kind of almost self-aware yourself back awake. Just kind of a terminate my own lucid dream, please. Yeah, you kind of like wake up, you still ache and are sore, and looking about you, it is still dark out, and it feels as though no time has passed at all.
I feel rested.
You feel rested. It's just the duration of that segment in your mind, while though it felt like an eternity, was no more than perhaps a few seconds.
I feel bad for every future scientist who ever has to learn this. Every mathematician, artificer. They're gonna have to rack their brains around this someday. Well, let's see. Oh, let's see how the watch is going. See how everyone else is doing.
So yeah, with that, your bond deepens with the void, opening more to those possibilities, and the abilities that I had mentioned last session are now unlocked to you.
I'm in danger.
Quite possibly. You or those that you direct the energies towards. Um, all right. Let's go ahead and we'll just... Alton, if you are there.
Yes, sir.
Yep. So as you are sleeping, and well, as you get up, ready to kind of take that last watch, you notice that your ring is glowing, like pulsing, with a very distinctive green glow.
That's not good.
Um,
Does it come off? Like, I'd try to take it off.
Well, actually, as you touch it and trying to yank it off, you just hear, the effects of a message spell in your head.
Okay.
Alton, is it?
The number you are trying to reach is not currently in service. Please try again later.
Don't play coy with me, boy.
Okay.
Whisper has told me everything.
Oh.
And we have been watching you with more than a passing interest.
You have me at a disadvantage, sir. To whom am I speaking?
You can call me Echo.
Right, Echo.
I, like Whisper, am one of the faceless that you have so bravely impersonated once in the past and now start along your own path towards, I must say, a very unorthodox application, but color me impressed.
What can I do for you?
Whisper has informed me of all that has transpired and the quest she has given you. I have confidence that you will perform admirably. And I want to give you that reassurance. If you pull this off, we of the Faceless are inclined to offer you a permanent seat amongst our ranks.
I'm feeling the I'm feeling the antithesis of that coming as well, that if I fail, bad things await. I've heard this speech before.
Yes. I suppose that would be the standard of the contract, wouldn't it?
Mm.
We...
So, what new, then?
What new?
Mm-hmm.
You are a very progressive one, aren't you?
I like to be direct.
I like that. But be wary of the tongue that carries it, for not all are as open to such suggestions. I suppose, however, despite all of our, well, as you say, known threats and contracts, I would offer you this. What do you actually know of the Faceless?
Very little.
Good. That is how we best keep it. However, if you are to join our ranks, and perhaps as incentive, as well as adding to the levity and seriousness of what quest we gave you, we of the Faceless control many things around the kingdom. You have already met and interacted with Whisper. She controls the rogues' quarters, guilds, thieves, whatever you want to call it, that operate out of Galaran. But one player. We have similar agents in every city, controlling the undercities and slums of each. We have members in each of the courts. We influence the nobles, the royalty, the order. Not even the White Order of the Leaf is beyond our grasp. We play to our strengths, pulling subtle strings in the shadows to direct the world the way we want it. So then the real question, Alton, are these strings a bard would like to play? A more direct, a direct hand in the way the song of the world plays?
Well, that's a complicated question to answer. To put it very bluntly, I seek adventure. And if that adventure leads me through or alongside your organization, and it arrives at the greater good for my sensibilities, then I think we'll work well together. But I don't have as grand a design as perhaps your organization does, although I can't be sure since no one will really tell me what it is you all want.
We simply want to do what is best for our associates. We don't seek so grand as to control the world or hold a seat of authority. We merely pull the strings to guide the course of different kingdoms and actions to what we'd like to see, to better our causes, whatever they may be.
Fine, keep your secrets then.
In time, Alton. In time.
I'm not saying that I need to know. Far from it, as a matter of fact. However, it would be nice to know. Well, whether the individuals that pulled the strings, so to speak, are inclined to cause great harm, to be honest. I don't wish to see the general population be extremely negatively affected by the things that I do. quite the opposite, really. I'd much prefer to uplift those in need.
Alton, we don't seek to cause great harm by intention. Call it what you will, but we seek to maintain a balance of sorts. Through the actions of our members, we have overthrown corrupt kings. But we've also had our fair share in pulling a few extra coins from the pockets of nobles to our own. We don't seek to elevate everyone to nobility or go on grand crusades in the name of a single cause. We don't deem ourselves such righteous or noble to determine right from wrong. Only what is outside the spectrum of balance and what would be good for most involved. We have plenty of agents that play both sides of the same coin. We wouldn't ask you to be an assassin if you didn't want to be an assassin. We do need agents to be on the other flip side of the coin, to uplift, to bring morale, to convince the world when we need the convincing to happen.
Well said. So, is there anything in particular you need at the moment, or are you just making contact?
Oh, Alton. No, I suppose I have what I want, and anything I would want further I can get. Such is what I do. What I merely offer...
Keep your secrets.
What I merely reach out to you is to offer you a sign, an incentive, and a demonstration of what we are capable of.
Okay.
The ring you hold was one of our prior seat's rings.
I'm sorry, say that again, DM.
The ring you hold belonged to one of our prior seats.
Seats. Got it. Okay.
We've been looking for his replacement for quite some time, and Whisperer gave it to you. And I think it is time you start... Well, we give you a test run of what he could do. And as he says this, your ring starts to glow and pulse a bit more vibrantly.
Same green.
The same kind of green, but it starts varying between different colors now.
Oh, I like
a
that
prismatic.
better.
Kind of a prismatic effect.
This is good, Echo. I didn't really like that green. I'm much better with the RGB. Keep going.
And if you complete your mission, and we give you the seat, we will grant upon you the name of the seat that he once held. First, of course, as any good contract comes, as you've so dutifully noted, you must play your part. Till then, we are watching, and we are pleased. May you ascend to your seat, the mirror.
Neat. Where are you physically, if I might ask?
Oh, what was it you said, Alton? Keep your secrets? I think I'll take you up on that offer. And the light grows dim.
Oh, man, I wanted to make a persuasion check. Oh, well.
Um, but with that, your ring's true nature unlocks, or at least to the extent you know,
Right.
of the powers of the seat of the mirror.
Can I change its color?
Yes.
That was pretty dope. Nice.
Yeah, the color actually will a kind of minor add-on I wanted to the ring. The color of it'll pulsate as you use its abilities, but you can kind of influence its color. So it's more, instead of being like you can make it keep its simple band color, but if left kind of whenever it's activating its true form, so it's giving you that changeling effect or it's activating that reroll effect, it will actually take on a prismatic ring. It's like a multifaceted, almost glass ring of varying colors.
Cool. So it's like a mood ring?
Well, I guess if that's what you want to call it, sure. Really reflect your mood unless you want it to.
I think I kind of wanted to.
All right, then.
You know, I have a 21 passive persuasion.
Passive persuasion.
Uh-huh.
I don't think there is a passive persuasion.
But Roll20 says it's 21.
I don't know if persuasion can be passive, but I don't know.
Never
it can.
heard of a passive persuasion.
I'm just super persuasive. No matter what I do, you kind of just want to do it. Yeah. Anywho, okay, so
I don't see it show up as anything from the rulebook. I don't know why that would be in the. But that's weird. Okay.
you picked a really odd character sheet template. It shows a lot of things that are a little strange. Yeah. So was I gonna get up and do a watch, or am I still sleeping? I can't remember.
I believe you were on the last watch with with Sedan. So you take the place of Marani and
Evian?
Thaymor.
No.
Thaymor. No.
Thaymor.
Yes, Thaymor.
Well, Thaymor's in his bed, so I'm assuming, done.
I don't know if he just hasn't moved his character token, but he was taking
my
watch.
character token. Yeah, I was taking watch for a bit.
Okay. Alton will take a turn at the wheel.
Okay. And yeah, Andros is not actually there. He's asleep. Sorry, not like moving your tokens around. Because Andros would have gone to sleep after the first watch.
Excuse me.
Evian's passed out in the lower decks. And then I would imagine, Thaymor, Marani, did you have anything to say to Alton? And I need to do Zidane's side thing as well.
I mean, the watch on its own was uneventful, right?
The watch on its own was uneventful for you guys, outside of the, talking to Frey. But the watch itself was, it's been pretty calm seas, very few clouds in the sky, just a very peaceful cruise.
I don't really. Yeah, I'm just going to pass it off to them and then just go and find an empty room somewhere. Marani needs a nap.
Yeah, Thaymor's just gonna see Alton wake up and just go to his room.
All right, pleasantries were, I guess, not exchanged.
I'm too tired.
Past each other.
Although I do have to point out, I have an elephant with me.
Do you have it manifested right now?
I'm assuming that that's going to be noticed. I'm just throwing that out there.
I thought it was like a small elephant.
It is a small elephant.
Yeah, but I still have an
just
elephant with me.
adorable. If I start playing music, does the elephant dance?
You can try.
Your first thing, so Alton's first reaction on seeing a small celestial elephant is just playing music.
Hell yeah!
You can roll persuasion to get it to
It-
dance in the first place. So
It's
Yeah,
not
I've-
your first reaction.
I mean, come on.
Tiny,
I mean,
shiny elephant. I'm gonna pull
Yeah,
out
Frey
my
just cocks its head. It just kind of stares at you and then kind of stares at Morani, telepathically reaching out. Is this some form of greeting ritual?
Yeah, let's party.
For him, perhaps.
Do I play sounds back?
You certainly can try.
The little elephant then looks back at you, Alton, and just lets loose a big
She
old grunt.
mercered you, dude!
She what?
She said you could certainly try.
I don't know.
Oh.
She mercered Frey.
Okay.
To be fair, it's an NPC that she's basically giving commands to. So
It's my familiar, so.
it is her familiar and it's learning from her.
Hmm.
But yeah, it just gives you, it turns to you, Alton, and gives you like a bit of a trumpet, like a little tiny elephant trumpeting
Hell
noise.
yeah. Dude, that made my night.
I love how he's not questioning the elephant at all. He just sees it, immediately starts playing music, and is just thrilled when he trumpets at it.
Yeah.
I mean, considering all the other crazy stuff, maybe that isn't the strangest thing he's seen thus far.
Like, okay, it's just a shiny elephant, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, you turn into a celestial like dragon essentially.
Is it like glowing?
Yeah.
Oh. Interesting.
So it's like my envisioning of it, it's a celestial kind of form. So it's like a glowing blue, like creature, like almost as if like a constellation were kind of like taken form into an elephant.
Okay. Yeah, Alton's just gonna sit on the stairs or something while the ship is hopefully headed in this right direction and just sit there with the loot and keep playing.
Yeah. All right. Does Thamor say anything about Elephant or Alton playing music to it or anything, or is it just Thamor going straight to bed?
Thamor's a god. He doesn't care that there's an elephant on the boat.
I don't know. Maybe
It's just a bigger menagerie. Hey, now he owns the elephant.
See?
it's part of his menagerie.
Oh, this is Thamor's elephant now.
Everybody's down with this.
I love that no one is questioning this. It's just,
No,
there's an
no.
elephant.
Going
It's only two
yet.
characters so far. We'll see what everyone else says.
All right.
We'll have another mind battle between you and Absinthoss over it, maybe.
Oh, good.
Probably.
Probably.
See, and I can't really turn it into anything menacing because it's always small. So even the most menacing thing I could think of is going to look adorable. It's not very intimidating.
I've seen some cats.
All right. Zidane. You there, Zidane?
yes, I'm here trying to move away from Kay.
Oh, good.
So there's no
So, yeah.
feedback.
Separate lovebirds.
Practice social distancing. Come on now.
Yeah.
Don't make me come over there with a 6-foot yardstick. 6-foot stick. Whatever. Anyway.
Okay, that should be.
So you as you wait to take your part in the watch as well, you get up, start heading through the door. So where did you take? You took sleep there. As you kind of step, like you I guess you're not really near a door, are you? You're near the stairs leading up. Oh, there's a door up there. There's a door leading up. As you step through the door, you swing open, and instead of swinging open into the night skies you expected aboard the ship, you swing open and you're standing back in Father Rael's hut. Well, what is now your little villa.
Is it still nighttime?
Oh, which way? Where are you looking?
Well, if I'm gonna open it up and I'm inside the villa, Let's look left.
Yeah. So as you look around in the villa out the windows, you'll notice that it's still nighttime. But outside the windows, you see this just lush scenery of like rolling plains dotted with shrubs and trees along it, and different creatures, just like animals, just kind of going about this open expanse. It's quiet. Seems as though it as you just left it, with that candle sitting on the table.
Uh, Blinking eyes, slowly looking left and right, like John Travolta in that one scene in Pulp Fiction. What? Um, he's going to step inside the villa and close the door behind him and inspect the candle.
It glows warmly, and you just kind of watch it waver a bit, dancing amidst the small drafts of air in the room.
Does it seem like the wax is actually burning down?
No, it seems like the candle is almost perpetually, infinitely burning, and it seems to give the illusion of melting, but never actually depletes.
Hmm. Let's look outside again. No more
You
sea. It's still. Actually, I'm gonna open a window, throw back the curtains, gently, but then open up a window to look outside.
windowsill does not, or the window uh, frame does not budge. And as you look out that window, the scene seems to shift around you, and you see a wild, full forest surrounding you. Those windows don't open, my child.
I was wondering where you'd gotten up to.
As you turn, you see the familiar face of Rael, much younger, standing, glowing in a bright green light, armored in very like intricate looking uh, plate armor of leaf designs and flourishes of greens and silvers. I'm,
That I never remember seeing you wear something like that.
of course you wouldn't, my child. I haven't I haven't worn this armor in quite some time.
Looks like it still fits.
Yes. For one small benefit, I suppose. As with all, it just finally come for me to don it once more.
The Dan frowns and he's looking for the other thing that comes along with armor. What is Riel wielding his weapon of choice? Or is it nearby?
Strapped to his back.
Does it happen to be glowing?
It's glowing like his armor, yes.
So, where is here?
Why, this, well, was my home, and now it's yours. And he kind of points down to the ring, like your hand, where
Mhm.
the ring is now softly glowing that same green light. And as you hold it up, kind of inspecting it, you notice that one of the keys in your focus glows along with it.
Is it the ornate one or the simple jail key?
The ornate one.
Okay.
No matter where you go, you'll always have a home, Sedan.
His eyes are looking left and right as he pinches the key and is running it between his forefinger and thumb, and then he looks up at Riel.
And you'll notice that as you look back up to him, he's now flanked by two similarly armored figures, Dawn with helmet and regalia, standing alongside him as well.
You'll recognize them?
You don't recognize them by sight. They don't appear to have any discernible features. As I mean, you don't see their face. They're wearing full helmets.
I feel like I should give a sort of salute.
What you feel?
Don't know what sort of. Mm, he's a bit overwhelmed right now. First off, Riel is no longer the wizened old man that can still beat his ass with a broomstick. Now he's in full armor and this vibrant, magical even set of armor, and now there's two similarly clad individuals next to him.
Mm-hmm.
And Zidane just opened a door from a boat into a villa that's well behind him.
Yep.
Cue the deer in the headlights moment as he's looking between all three of them.
Rael just sits there and he can't even contain anymore. You see him just crack out a big grin and start laughing. Who's it? Dan. You'll come in time to understand, I suppose, but you bear upon you the same mantle I took on all those years, those centuries ago. You are a warden now, defender.
Against this coming darkness that I seem to have found myself near.
That is, yes. He kind of like, you see him kind of give that like head bobbing. Where I really wish I could like face cam this kind of thing, but like just the head bobbing, like, yeah, that is definitely one of the bigger threats, yes. But even beyond that, against anything that would dare threaten the balance of life in this world, against the evils out there.
He absently looks at the door behind him and thinks of Absinthos's discussions with him. But then turns back to Riel and just putting on a small smile. So, do I do with this place if it's only still back in Galaran? How? I was on a boat just a few minutes ago.
Hmm. Hey, well, I won't say I'm too privy on the workings of the arcane sedan. My knowledge was more of the eh, mystical natures of Warden and smashing things, but you know, um, you are not on the boat, no. But nor is this house, this place in Galaran. When you stepped through that door the first time, you weren't in Galaran anymore either, though you certainly believed yourself to be.
Holy shit! It's Howl's Moving Castle. Excuse me. Uh, and this key, I suppose, represents having access.
That's what keys are, Sedan.
He glowers at Riel.
And he just gives you that knowing smile of like, oh, I may be in the realm of the Wardens now, but it is never a good opportunity to pass up a lesson and a bit of sass from your old mentor.
I'm glad that your sense of humor hasn't changed, even with your, well, renewed vigor. He's still smiling, and he just puts the halberd up against. He unslings his halberd, or unmounts it, and then leans it against the front of the door, or next to the door.
Okay.
And and I assume that these other two with us are uh, other wardens.
He just nods, and one on the side speaks out in a very familiar voice. Well, familiar voice. Yes, we are the ones who administered the question. You accepted the burden and became a warden. We have been watching you, Zidane, and it seems Royale's choice was not in vain. Though do not let this get to your head. We will still be watching and observing. We expect great things from you. And Riel just rolls his eyes at this. They are a bit stuck. They never change, but you get used to them in time.
I think they're missing their feathers and fur.
Feathers and fur. He kind of like
Sure.
racks his brain a moment. You mean? Oh, so you referring to Theodoric? The little, or not Theodoric? I'm blanking out.
He was one of them.
Thomas
One
and
was one of them. One was not.
yeah, the
Uh,
if I remember correctly, the hawk had the
yeah, it was the hawk,
the
which was
sigils.
Theodoric is the rat, the librarian. The other one, the one that called himself Feitoru, and his other name, he had the memory is failing on his name because he had a different name too.
Thomas.
Thomas. Thank you. I knew I called him. He had another name because he was named himself after. Yeah. You
He had a
mean
common name of Thomas, but he wanted everyone to call him Theodormo.
he wanted everyone to call him Feitoru
Feitoru.
because he was
Feitoru,
emulating
yes.
Phalem Warren. Because he had a bit of a bit of a fanboy esque nature. You mean Thomas? That this isn't him, Zidane. Thomas is merely an acolyte.
Oh. The theatrics reminded me of him a little bit.
He's a impressionable one.
but of great means. He helped us escape Arrestamore.
For sure. I did not say any. There is a reason he stays and remains an acolyte of the Green. Though in his power he is unable to become a full warden, but continues to serve with utmost devotion and, if peculiar, still very strong in his magics.
Strong enough to break himself of that, I don't know, Fey game. He's still a hawk.
Yes, the magics of the Fae are different. He entered a contest and lost. A binding pact of a willing, almost willing nature. Not so easily removed.
Hmm.
But I digress. The fellows you see here are wardens from age immemorial. Or time immemorial.
Hmm.
Every few millennia they choose, amongst the many acolytes who serve, a warden to represent them all. To guide those on the material plane and guard the life that buds there.
The Dan holds up his focus and then his finger runs across the acorn seed that had wrapped around the center where the keys have been fused. Has it changed recently also with this new edition of the key?
Not yet. Not quite yet.
Okay.
Uh,
Um Zan nods and gives Riel his rapt attention.
Yeah.
But then frowns. You say material plane. Does that mean you're no longer
in a
worry and
sense,
concern is playing across his face?
I am no longer on the material plane, no. Nor did I die in the traditional sense today. We wardens are, for the services we provide, are granted eternal service, life in the realm of the green. So, while I am not alive in the sense of material mortality plane, I am not gone either. I continue to serve where there is life.
So if this is on this place, is this on the plane of life, the green?
He
And
nods.
he's turning around and looking back outside to see if there's anything, well, moving around
Yeah.
again.
The scenery around you has shifted yet again. Once again, kind of that rolling, lush, like plains around you. Yes. A small little home given to the wardens, a retreat to which they can rest, refresh, refocus. And, of course, he gives you a very kind of sly nod, or sly grin. Bring along friends.
He raises an eyebrow.
It's your home now, Zidane. And you are welcome to bring whoever you wish. A warden doesn't have to be a lone position. I know mine wasn't. I had my own adventuring party. When they passed, I found you. So, Zidane, have you found those that you're willing to protect?
Yes. Yes, I think I have.
And as you confirm this and say this, your focus does begin to glow. And the acorn that had woven between your keys blooms. Takes the image and takes root as a large, but like a very ornate looking tree amidst with the vines and roots growing amidst the keys. Bear it well, new appointed ward. We will be watching, never too far out of your reach. I have faith in you, Zidane. Glad you made. I'm glad you made the choice. And you see his form kind of start fading out back into the green blur of the room.
Will you come visit every so often?
As you say this, you see just his face take form back. A little bit odd, and he goes, "Of course. It would be rude of me not to. After all, I still have a lesson or two to teach you, Zidane." And again, fades out. Oh, yeah. Your abilities grow as well, and your new artifact abilities, you still retain your aura of life. The aura of light is being removed, but you retain the aura of life, though its use amount increases towards your current proficiency per long rest.
Ooh.
Um, you also gain basically a key home. So after a minute of casting, utilizing your focus and that ring, you can create a small door leading to Rael's home. Now your home. Um, Functions in similar aspects to Magnificent Mansion spell.
Ho, 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 ho,
Not
ho.
nearly as large, and
Yeah.
no 100 unseen servants and meal to suit 1,000 people kind of deal. But you
Mhm.
do get access to this room, to this home, that will grow and shift in size to accommodate up to 10 people with food to feed 10 comfortably. Um,
No servants.
no servants for this one. That may change in the future, but for now, currently, no servants. The other bonus you get is you can now, I've dubbed it Sentinel of Life. As a bonus action, you can designate a willing target to bear the symbol of your protection. The mark will last for a minute, or until dropped or moved to a different target when you're at max. You can have up to your charisma modifier up to your charisma modifier of creatures affected by your mark. However, you still have to place them once per turn, like once per bonus action that you use. When any of those targets that are marked by you take damage within 30 feet of you, you can use your reaction to teleport to an unoccupied space within 5 feet of that target, and you instead take its damage in its place. If the spot you teleport to would put you in range for a melee attack against the source of that damage, you may also get a free attack of opportunity against it.
That's dope.
Ooh, tiny.
That's some next
Long
level
range
shit right there,
sentinel.
yo.
Yeah, long range sentinel. Really? Oh wow.
To be fair, you get the bonus action set it up. So
You're gonna hear a lot of this in crowd. Save me, Zidane! Save me!
You're my
Help!
hope.
Not
Help!
putting yourself in very bad situations, damn it.
I didn't mean to do this over here, but can you kill this guy for me real quick?
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Move to a different target at max. That you mean that like basically if he hasn't put it on anybody yet, right?
Um,
Or
no, I meant if he's gotten up to his charisma modifier and then he tries to select a new target, it's going to drop another one.
that makes all right. Got it.
Yeah, so if he's already got, I think his charisma modifier is 4. Let's say it's 4.
Yes.
So if you got 4 characters marked and you want to mark a new character, you have to choose one of your other ones to drop. Because you can only have up to 4, but you can choose someone else that's just going to drop the other. It's not like you chose your 4 and now you're stuck with it until the spell dissipates. That's kind of what I meant by that.
4 casts with or
Yes, it has to be 4, so you don't get to choose all like up to 4 at once. You can choose one per bonus action you can normally take
Okay.
to add new targets to it. But it is a bonus action to add that target, and it's a reaction to teleport to a target who would take damage.
Oof.
And instead take the damage for it, and if it puts you in melee range of whatever the source of the damage was, you get that free attack of opportunity against it. And we'll play around with some specifics on it as well. I may modify it to add some damage to that melee. I haven't quite tested that yet, or I want to test it and see how this plays out. So we will play that as
cool.
it.
That's very cool.
Yep. And you now have a key back home.
Howl's
is that
Moving Castle.
So is that like a metaphorical home, or can we go home and
So
then go back to Galaran?
no, so that place in Galaran, if you were to actually side out of like character knowledge, no, that house is literally just an empty construct. And the door with the ring, when opened up, takes you to this extra dimensional space. So that house he went into
Cool.
initially and got to that point, which is why that magical effect was happening, wasn't actually in Galaran. It was another place.
So you can do that once per long or once per short, or
He can do that. I mean, anytime he can do that whenever. It just requires a minute of casting to put the door down.
dude,
Well, actually, hold on. Let me think about that for a second. I need to consider.
that's fucking hot.
Yeah, if it's just the 1 minute.
You could make it 10 minutes like the tiny hut spell.
Yeah.
I might do
But
that. I was trying
If
to.
you, well, also if you don't make it per short or long, like we're gonna cheese it like there's gonna be some shenanigans going on.
Well, if cheesing was to be had, then yes, that would be a concern. Although,
Yeah, I guess.
maybe
I
if
guess
it has
once
to
per
stop
long
the
rest would probably be
enemies.
the more
No.
correct way to go about it. Trying to think of. Oh,
It's like the mansion or the hut where you just, monsters abound, and so let me
What about if
pop the thing open, and then you just peek out the door, and they can't get in, and you just spam shit
what
out
about
the
a
door.
spell slot or a channel divinity slot? Because I know if I have to choose between knowing there's a safe place or, defeating a Restamore, We burn the spell slots to
Yeah,
fight the
I mean-
battle instead of.
I mean, I figured with like if for combat scenario purposes, unless you pre-plan it, a minute of casting is 10 rounds, so
Mhm.
it would be a fairly lengthy thing to set up.
I meant that if it's a spell slot, then you can use that spell slot to do damage as opposed to like keep it in reserve, just cast it later.
Yeah, but I didn't want it to be tied to your spells.
Okay.
Give me a second to think about it. Okay, let's do this. Let's make it a mix of both. Let's go with it. It has a 10-minute cast time, like prep time, but it has no like use limitation, like
Here's an
number of
idea.
uses.
Here's
Or-
an idea. Because again, this is just me spitballing. Because it is a construct of protecting life, if any offensive, basically any attempt of combat happens from within it, it can be dispelled. I mean, that basically gets rid of the idea of, oh, we can just use it as our little pocket and shoot out of it and then drop back in. That basically gets rid of that cheese. It becomes just the kind of the rest and escape type place as opposed to it just being a haha, we have an immortal bunker or impenetrable bunker.
Yeah, maybe like there's a hostile within X feet. It just doesn't do anything.
I don't know if it's again, I'm not thinking like hostile. It's like if a hostile action is taken from within it.
Hmm.
I mean, I maybe I'm trying to think as well. Like if I gave it a 10-minute cast time, the amount of like prep work that would be required to bring whatever creature you're trying to cheese in that fashion to that location. Because if it's got a 10-minute cast time, you're
I'm
not going to get that off in combat.
gonna say that I am not going to use that ability in that way.
There you go,
The-
done.
I
I like
it's-
that.
I wasn't. I was like, why were we talking about something I'm not gonna.
I
Anyways,
didn't
yeah,
think people were going
I
to
got
use
a
it.
cool key. I'm stuck inside this place, aren't I? Oh no, Zidane is like, wait, hold on. How the
can
fuck
never
do I get out
leave.
of here?
You're away from home permanently.
So getting back to the game, I suppose. Sorry. He's gonna look around to make sure. Well, he's gonna go into the kitchen and then see what's there.
There is food supplies in the like pantry, small
Does it
little
look
cabinet
like
pantry.
does it look like how it was when I left it, or
It looks restocked.
oh,
So, like I said, as part of the spell, so this will be to clarify the rules on it. It can feed up to 10 people, like comfortably within its domain. But if you try to bring stuff out of it, same thing as the mansion, you cannot really bring food out, and you cannot leave things in there. It will be expelled.
hmm.
So,
Uh,
I'll probably work and fine tune some of the rules
yeah.
on it a bit.
Dan is going to get. He's gonna go. Oh, that's interesting. And oh, I don't mind if I do. And he's going to pick up a cheese wheel and then just slice a little bit off or a little chunk from the wheel and nibble on it.
It's alcoholic. I'm just kidding. It tastes like cheese.
Nazim shows up. You don't make it to the Cloud District very often.
No, is it good cheese? Is it cheese that you'd find at an inn, or something more more rich, or
Magic cheese?
magic cheese?
We must find out the source of this magic cheese. Maybe we'll get into franchising.
I get the feeling that Absinthoss is just going to use all of his wish abilities to try and get magic cheese.
You wouldn't?
No.
You
Alcoholic
wouldn't?
cheese. It's alcoholic cheese. No,
Somebody
but
say alcoholic cheese.
I'm guessing that the food tastes fresh and good.
Yes.
So he's gonna, not knowing the extent of how the food works in this place, he's going to get a loaf of bread, half of the cheese wheel, and then comes some victuals, and he's humming to himself, and he's going to try and bring some supplies with him, and just go out the door.
Yep.
With
As you
it,
open,
assuming he
Yeah.
goes to the ship.
as you open the door, it opens back to the ship, and as you step out, you feel a little bit lighter as all of this magically created food vanishes, to be put back in the house. And as you look behind you as well, potentially, like looking back the way you came, you see the door. I mean, the door is still there if you will it, but if you
Mhm.
dismiss it, it will vanish and give you back the pathway to the ship.
So Zadana's looking at this door, and it's at the top of the stairs, from the below decks to the mid deck, right?
Mhm.
Looks at it, and he's about to use his will to make the door go away, but then he has a little smile. He's gonna leave the door open
Nice.
and whistles, and then goes on to go to his post for the night. Very, very pleased with himself.
Okay. You're leaving the hut open for now?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Are you designating anyone, or is it just currently it is open just to you?
It's open to anyone who steps through because I want them to be very confused as they come up the stairs and then walk into a house.
Well, Evian is
What?
drunk enough that she probably wouldn't question it at this point.
Hmm. Yeah, let's do that.
Oh,
I
Trance, I think
close
I
my eyes. Close my eyes and think of the faces of my friends and holding the key, will them in my mind to have myself open the door for them into this safe place.
Okay.
Okay, where am I taking watch? Is Alton up top?
Yep, Alton's up top. As you approach, you see him like playing a musical instrument to a celestial elephant.
Hey, Zidane. Did you see this thing? Look at this little elephant. I'm loving this thing.
It's not the strangest thing that's happened tonight.
Really? What happened to you?
Oh, someone will find out. I'll just say that, and he smiles.
What did you do?
Oh, okay. Well, considering that we're the only ones awake, probably. Here, let me show you something. And he's going to show Alton the door, and I'm guessing that through whichever side that you're looking into it, it goes in.
Yes.
Okay. So
So
if you look,
so I can see what?
so
How does it work?
he's leading you down to the stairs,
Uh huh.
and then he's pointing at the door frame, or the double door frames, and there's like, one of these things is not like the other, right? This is the one on the left. It's the stairs going down into the ship. On the right, it looks like there's a full-on room. And a candle for the.
What the heck is this? Elton just goes in.
There's still a cheese wheel. The cheese wheel's still on the counter.
Hey.
It's
Wait a minute. Are we going to get stuck in here? This seems like a bad idea.
Zidane steps in.
That doesn't answer my question.
Oh no! He closes the door.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
He,
Jesus
he
Christ.
opens the door with a very shit-eating
some
grin on
slow,
his face.
smooth jazz music plays in the background as the door closes. Lights flicker a little dimmer now.
No, he opens the door again with a shit-eating grin and is like, "It's fine. Come on.
Oh, what is this?
It's you know that house in the noble signet?" He holds up the ring on his finger.
Let's say I do.
Well, let's say that my mentor has, I don't know, given me a promotion, and I'm a full warden of life, and this is one of the many perks, I suppose. It's a
Oh.
door to.
Well,
It's a door
what
to a
is
house.
this?
Well, it's a door to a house that is accessible from anywhere and open to all my friends.
Hmm. Is there any cheese in there?
He looks behind him at it. Yep, there's that cheeseville he had took a chunk out of, still there on the counter.
Elton takes a little nibble of the cheese. He's like, is it good?
Tastes fresh and tastes like, decently good cheese.
Mm. Elton carves off a fairly sizable hunk. Here, elephant.
And unfortunately, as you cross the threshold of the door, the cheese disappears.
What?
Yeah,
Damn it.
I was gonna try and bring some of the fresh food on with me, but it seems like it's, well, bound to this place.
Guess we'll have to
But
bring the elephant to the cheese. Be right back.
Oh,
Oh my God.
Well, there's a life lesson you never heard. You can lead a horse to water, but you have to lead the elephant to cheese.
Where is this elephant? We need a token for the elephant, GD it.
I mean, he might not always be an elephant, but
That's the thing. Yeah, he can change. Or it
We
can
still
change.
need a token of some sort.
All right, we'll find something.
But in the meantime, does the elephant seem interested in some cheese?
Are you asking it this?
Yes.
It just, again, telepathically links to Morani.
Marani, are you not awake? I'm sorry. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this.
Oh, so Morani is,
no, go ahead. I don't care to be woken up for this. This is awesome.
well, no, but it's going to try and talk to you, Morani, because it's bound to you. So if Alton's interacting with it, in your, well, you trance, right? You don't actually sleep. You just kind of trance.
I just trance, yes.
Yeah. You almost get like a Discord pop up in your mind.
who added me?
Ronnie, what is cheese?
She just kind of stares at Frey, really confused for a minute, and says, "It's what? Why are
Food.
you asking about cheese?"
Your friend is asking if I want cheese. Is this a greeting or a
Oh no,
threat?
it's not the guy with the.
Why does he
loot, is it?
start everything with, is it a greeting? Does he have a call list that he reads down every time he doesn't know what's up? Is it a greeting?
He
Is
doesn't
it
know.
a floor
to be
wax?
fair, he doesn't know how to interact with anything else other than Morani. He has literally talked to nobody but Morani.
Well, I'm trying
Is
to
this
talk
a
to
bird meme, but for everything?
him. Yeah.
Well,
Can the elephant talk, like, other than telepathically to Marani, or?
I mean, it hasn't tried, but I would assume that it can only telepathically talk to me since it's linked with me.
It hasn't tried, and it was also kind of per the instruction of Morani to more so go through to Morani first before trying to to talk.
Oh dear.
I'll just tell Frey. Well, this was before we met, but a lot of us have an odd fascination with cheese. So if we've managed to stumble across some, it doesn't surprise me that they would try to share the wealth. I don't expect you to be familiar with the concept of food, but it's something that many of us find to be quite tasty.
Do not understand this. It sounds new. I may partake. Or see what comes of it.
Yes.
Oh
So-
my god.
He kind
Okay,
of.
I was just going to say I am totally curious now, and I'm going to follow. I got to see where this cheese is.
Okay, wait. Did you wait? Are you like up and with your with it now, or are you still in your room?
Yeah, no, I'm going to follow Frey over.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we're mid deck on the right hand stairs, I suppose, to represent the house.
Okay. So I
Can
just kind of
awkwardly join this conversation.
yeah.
Yeah. If you're going up for watch, then yes, you would be joining.
Alton,
just
are
see-
you giving an elephant
What?
that cheese?
What?
Well, you're okay. That's an odd spot to join in because you'd be joining basically them entering another like portal to another room essentially.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Hey, Marani, you're up. Cool. I think your elephant might want. Come here. Zidane's got some cool stuff in here. Come here.
Do you know it's my elephant? Do they know it's my elephant right now?
I mean, I feel like
I
you're
mean,
kind of
it's
like
only-
near it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're also a druid,
True.
And shiny. Starry, shiny.
like celestial druid, and then there's a celestial elephant kind of just chilling about. The 2 and 2 isn't usually too hard.
Okay. So I'll just kind of cock my eyebrow and just kind of shrug my shoulders and then follow them.
Aren't you supposed to be sleeping right now, Marani?
Oh, well, my little elephant friend here seemed to be interested in the cheese.
There's cheese. Was that part of the
Who called applesauce? Damn it.
Oh,
I guess they'll let anybody into this club, huh?
Okay,
man.
so out of curiosity, GM, what
Mhm.
what happens if I revoke access to the house?
If they are inside, they will be repelled, like dumped outside. If they don't have access to begin with, they will be met with just a solid wall.
Maybe we
The
can
man
shoot him
would-
out at high speed.
Zidane has 10 intelligence. He doesn't know if he can make the leap of logic to revoke access or not. Alton.
I'm not sure he really wants to go into extra dimensional things.
Nah, I'll just. It's like,
Also trying to now figure out how, if Frey counts as something you know, and whether or not it's a close enough thing like Bond to Marani where it'll be allowed in.
These are metaphysical.
These
rules.
are
Deep here.
Please put that token.
I'm just gonna say that it
anyone.
shares the same like principle as Marani. So if you allow Marani in, Frey will also be allowed in.
Yeah, of course. So
Yep,
who
so-
else is waking up to the sounds of people's like, well, what the hell is this cheese?
I mean, if people wake up, it will extend the need for people sleeping longer if you want the long rest.
Can this
But-
place make more than just cheese, Zidane?
He opens up the larder in the pantry and
Yeah, there's all
Holy
sorts of basic
shit.
foods in there.
Wow.
Is there booze here?
There is no
Um,
booze, unfortunately.
Damn it.
Oh,
No!
boo. Well, but there is stuff where we could make booze, right?
I
Is there
don't-
object permanence in here? Can we like set up a distillery?
Oh no! I
I mean,
he
kind of the food. There's food permeance because the food will exist, but you can't leave items in there. So if you drag items in and try and set up a distillery, I guess you could just set it up for the time you're in. But the moment the door
No, that wouldn't
closes,
work. Yeah,
they would be
yeah.
expelled.
You need like days to make beer and stuff.
Gets punted out, lands on somebody next to the door.
But thank you, God.
manna from
Nope.
heaven.
I don't think you'd want a distillery falling on you, though.
No.
That must be
Thank you,
painful.
God. Crunch. My leg.
Umberlian laughs in aquatic.
Sorry.
This is amazing,
Oh,
though, Znan. This is really great. How often can you do this? Blah 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 blah. Once per short long rest or whatever. right?
I'm not sure, but it's open now.
Yeah. That's cool. Okay. I'm sit down and have something to eat. Oh man, the elephant can come in. The elephant's like trotting in, right?
Yeah, the elephant
If
is
Marani
following
goes in,
behind me.
yes.
Yeah, I'm following.
Yeah.
Just
It
kind of-
cannot go in by itself without Marani, and if Marani goes in and tries to leave the elephant out, it will actually vanish.
Ooh, that's good to know. Well, yeah, I just kind of like cautiously step through and just kind of turn back to Frey and kind of cock my head, indicate him to follow me.
Frey follows, also cocking its head and kind of looking about this little room.
So there's
I
a.
promised you some cheese, and he walks over and gives him some cheese.
I imagine we've all made a bit of noise. What's Evian and Thamor and Andros?
Imagine that
You guys.
is just passed out in a
Andros
drunken
has
stupor.
slept through far worse than your noise.
Yeah, I don't think we're making that much noise.
I don't think you are either.
It
Yeah.
wouldn't. You're also in another dimension technically, so
Well, there's still a lot
Unless
of
we get the
talking
celestial
before.
elephant drunk,
Yeah,
and
and
then
then the
it might start making a
Penevians-
lot of noise.
Evian kind of passed out drunk.
Evian's passed out drinking.
Yeah.
Thamor.
Also, I'm
is-
trying to push you guys through your night so you can all wake up and experience this together if you wish. But in trying to feed the elephant cheese, it tries to it grabs it by its trunk, tries to put it in its celestial mouth, and it just falls out
Aw.
through its body.
Oh.
And it just kind of looks down at it, and cocks its head,
What a bummer.
and telepathically communicates with Morani again. Have I consumed?
Oh no! It can't eat
Oh,
things.
buddy.
Well, as much as you're able to consume, I suppose.
It nods its elephant head in agreement. Good. It was delicious.
I love it.
I love him so much.
Ronnie,
Yes.
is that thing? Amstos is gesturing, trying not to say it verbally. Is that what I? Is that new? Or just different?
It's new to me.
Again, who let you in here?
I'll leave. This place is weird enough already. So
Certainly
Well,
gets
it's-
weirder with you in it.
It's open for if you want to come back and get some food at least, or sit in a chair that isn't made out of splinters.
Alton tries to occupy as many chairs as humanly possible.
it is a
Andrew
nice
sleepily
place.
takes offense to talking about his ship like that.
It is a
Well,
nice place. Can we always come here, or is it more of a restaurant where it's a very short window?
Well, I suppose I can try explaining it when everyone else is here. But for now, if you'd want to perhaps stay in it, I get the feeling that if danger approached, then it might tell you, or at least, well, getting dumped out of it as the door closed would help wake you up to face whatever danger that was. But that's just a Just a hypothesis.
Am I in another dream? You know what? This is too weird. I will see you when I wake up. He leaves the door.
Bye,
Leaves me.
Felicia.
Ronnie just kind of looks at him as he leaves and just gives a little sarcastic wave.
He doesn't even know. He's not looking back. He's taking 2 weird dreams the same night.
He never woke up to begin with.
I was dead all along.
So yeah,
You
there's
just woke,
food inside.
you woke up and your Absinthosis' dad is just telling you a bedtime story, and you finally woke up in the middle of it. This entire campaign has just been a story told by Absinthosis' dad.
Oh no! Now the real
Just
game
imagine-
begins.
In his imagination, that seems actually possible.
Okay.
So back to watch.
Okay.
I'll go back to my trancing.
And Frey's gonna kind of just join you as you trance and curl up next to you, kind of almost blurring out of like the material plane, back to being harbored with you during the trance. Okay. Anything else you want to do during the night for those that are up for the watch? I guess Appenthos went back to bed, so it was just Alton and Zidane.
Anything to make good time or keep the perception up?
Same.
So yeah, it's a quiet night as you guys mostly just spend the time watching the waves, looking out for any dangers, and keeping an eye to the shoreline. But nothing else of any threat or note seems to really pass during your watch. It's rather peaceful. It seems as though the very moon and seas themselves are watching over you this night.
That's not comforting. Out of character.
Of course not. You know, I'm just making deals with gods, that sort of stuff.
See, if we're all in danger, it'll all cancel each other out at the end, right?
Sure, that's how that works.
It's basic math.
If you have every disease, it can't kill you.
Flawless logic.
Is that the logic? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, it's kind of like, if you have malaria, you're not susceptible to certain diseases.
Guys, I will be right back. You guys can keep going. I just got my son's crying, so he's been crying for a little bit. I gotta go give him a snuggle. So I'll be back in a minute.
Ugh.
I love my new toy. Thank you,
As
Dia.
as long as we're waiting, are we like coming up at the end of the long rest now, or?
Yeah, that's kind of what the intent was. Is you get near that long rest, and everyone can start kind of waking up.
Okay. Before we start, can I just do a couple of quick things here?
Sure.
Okay. First, now that I've actually finished the long rest, I want to roll my Cosmic Omen die for the day.
Okay.
2.
Cosmic Omen die.
Outlook hazy. Try
That
again
seems-
later.
That seems super
The number
cool.
you've tried dialing is no longer available.
Nice.
So that is a 6. That means I get wheel until my next long rest.
Okay. Which means whenever a creature makes an attack. Okay, so you get that bonus. So Morani has wheel. Oh yeah.
I have halberd.
And secondly, we haven't had an opportunity to use this yet, but I want to get into the Mamazon bag.
Okay.
Because now that I've actually had the long rest after leveling up, I have Revivify. So I need a 300 GP diamond.
Okay,
or the
so
equivalent in the adjusted economy.
Oh.
yeah, so you pull out the Amazon bag, kind of opening it, and you whisper into it, asking for this diamond, right?
Mm.
Okay, right away. And as you kind of like peer through the bag, this scraggly, scaly arm pokes out with the diamond in its claw.
Oh, good lord.
That'll be 330. Thank you for shopping with Amazon.
Oh, shit. But would anybody be willing to front me some gold? I have 288.
Yes, I would happily front you some gold.
Oh, of course you would.
In exchange for more telepathic.
Wow! Try to be helpful.
I will give you a second option for someone who will give you gold if you would like it.
Uh-huh.
How much would you like?
Well, let me do math and I'll tell you. Hold on just a second here.
Math in public.
I can math. 330, right?
Yeah, that's what he said.
I need at least 42.
How's an even 50 sound?
That would be great. I won't be completely broke.
Kerplunk. There's 50 gold.
All right. That leaves me with 8. Yay. But,
You hand it over to the hand, and it takes it. Thank you for shopping with Amazon. A deal with the devil is the best deal you'll get all day.
And then there's also like a fortune cookie text passed into your hand with the diamond. Please help. There are no unions.
That was the best quote to come back to.
So I just kind of stare at the bag for a few seconds, just completely bewildered, and then just kind of shake my head, and then put the diamond in my backpack.
Okay.
Yeah, I wonder how Evian's doing. She seemed to have a thing last night with the rest of more.
I don't know, Evian. How are you doing?
I don't know. Maybe you gotta find out.
I guess I'm walking around to find a drunk Evian then.
Yeah.
Yep, she's hiding somewhere.
If you guys are, yeah, if you're looking around, or Evian, I believe you passed out amidst the barrels in the bottom deck, right?
Yeah, like the mid deck.
Yeah.
Like, this one up here. I'm up in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we've
wake
just
up.
been stepping over your passed out body the entire time?
Pretty much. I'm just a rug, so.
You look like you needed the sleep.
No one would move her to a bed or anything, just stepping over her.
I didn't realize she was on the mid deck. I thought she was
Yeah.
below on the barrels.
Out on the,
I thought I thought the tokens were haphazard because
She was actually moving her way down and was looking for the wine. So, from what I remember, is that she stopped here, found something, and the.
Well, you stopped on the bottom deck, I thought, where the casks were, because that's where I said that you found.
Oh, well then let me go down there.
All good. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to make sure that like you weren't, being stepped on by everyone else, or like, because I imagine if that had been the case, then I would have like more than
a lot of
willingly
people would
dragged
have
you
probably
into
picked you up.
dragged you into the hut and let you sleep in there.
Okay. Well, it's in the past.
Yeah, we can still say that he found you if you want to sleep in the hut. It's not like it's like if he was looking for you or someone was looking for you. I just thought that's where you'd ended based on the story.
We'll say she's like by the barrels of wine or whatever, because she just only grabbed one bottle, and then she had the episodes. So.
Yeah.
I do remember it happening next to the barrels. But
Well, yeah. Let's just say she's at the barrels. Go for it.
Yeah. You all wake up. For those not on watch. Whenever to a peaceful, calm blue sky. Getting closer and closer to your destination. Well, what exactly is your destination?
We were going
you-
to Dunmore, crap.
Are you going straight to Dunmoric?
Definitely headed that way. I think there were a bunch of things kind of on the way, but I thought everybody kind of agreed last time that we would go to Dunmoric first and then maybe hit the other quests on the way back or something.
Yeah, that sounds
Sound
about
right?
right.
Okay,
That
I was just
makes-
confirming.
Because the Dunmorok thing is time sensitive. Everything else is side quest.
I would agree with that.
Sounds good. So you all kind of get up. I don't know what time all your characters would end up getting up or in what way. Mort will definitely take his sweet time getting up. He's in.
Oh yeah, Mort's on the boat. I forgot about Mort.
Yep, Mort is there, just
Oh no.
passed out.
Somebody go slap that man awake.
The NPCs don't know about the door, which is still there.
Can I get in on this? Hold on a second. I'm going to just look at Frey and then kind of just point in the direction of Mord's room and just say, "Why don't you go wake him up?"
A very bewildered Pele is going to be slightly confused when a celestial elephant wanders into the room and just lets a very loud trumpeting noise. Which Mort, you hear a thud as Mort falls out of his roll, and Pele just kind of jumps back, levels. Well, he doesn't have a weapon, but kind of just prepares himself for a fight, looking very curiously at this little thing. And then, almost with a bit of a happy smile to itself, Frey turns and then strides on out back to you.
So much.
I love it.
I almost don't want it to turn into anything else now. I'm just enjoying this outfit so much.
Neither do we. Though I do wish it could actually imbibe cheese.
Might have to work on that.
Andros kind of gets up from his makeshift cot he set up on the quarterdeck here.
Okay, he was up there. All right.
Yeah, he's kind of decided since no one else has really done any sailing, he should probably be nearby the wheel in case something goes wrong.
Alton
Also,
would
there's-
like to make some sort of check to have learned something from Andros because I like sailing, and so I want Alton to learn a little.
I mean, yeah, he would definitely be showing people.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely picked up some stuff the first time, like when you were on the boat with him, learning from him as Barnacle, and then, I mean, yeah, when you were patching up the ship, if you want to say that you kind of had passing conversations, well, you weren't on the ship that long, but you had some passing conversations, so you're slowly picking up some skills, but it takes some time, for sure, to learn. But
Alton is the one that Andros has trusted with the wheel at this point, at least.
Excuse me.
Yay. Well, you're up, huh?
Oh,
I think we're pointed in the right direction.
It's fairly cloudy, but hey, looks all right. What's the compass say?
Compass. Oh, right. Compass.
The one right next to the wheel.
Oh. Oh, okay. He has no idea.
All right, well, picks it up and.
I just tried to keep the land over there.
That works.
yeah, you guys have been sailing. Kind of following the coastline down. I'll say through the night of going from Galaran, you're pretty much coming across close to where Tilbrook was. Or is, not was. Didn't get,
It's no longer there. Ah,
just barren ruins. It's alright to be gone.
shit.
He read from his notes. Oops.
So yeah, I just tried to keep the land over there. I figured that'd be the right way to go.
That's as good a start as any. Let me check this out. Pulls out his new spyglass and takes a look at the land. It looks like we're well, still not out of the cove. I wonder, I could be coming up to the inlet river coming up. Doesn't look like we've passed that. We still got a little way to go. Got around the coast and make our way south. Follow the main trade route. The current starts running a little quicker once we get out past the edge of the bay. Now you see that bit of land that we're about to run into. Let's avoid that.
Sorry, trying to angle the ship because the whole alt, grabbing it and trying to press alt so it actually doesn't like snap to grid.
Fine.
It kept like spamming it between two different locations. It's like, all right.
Also, you might want to check in with Zidane. He has a pretty neat new trick he just learned.
Oh,
Alton's
Is it
eating
good?
cheese.
Trick or a bad trick?
The
You wouldn't have the cheese out there, unfortunately,
Oh, that's right. Damn it.
unless you'd grab cheese from like the actual supplies below.
No. Instead of eating the cheese, he says, may have found another source of cheese, but I'll let him explain it.
I mean, any sort of cheese is better. Any cheese you'll find out here is usually moldy. Is Zidane standing on the other side of the wheel? Okay, he's looking out over the midships. Oi, Zidane.
Sir, we can't hear you if you're trying to talk through Kei-chan's mic because it's muted.
Good morning.
There we go.
You sleep all right?
Fairly well, yes.
That's good. Not everyone can sleep on the ship on the first, second voyage. Anyway, Alton tells me you've got a new trick.
Oh,
Does it
yes.
have to do with monkeys or snake?
Monkeys are no.
Oh, well, there used to be these traveling entertainers, and they had this really interesting routine with snakes and monkeys, and usually most of them would survive.
Oh, a circus.
Sort of. Well, let's just say the authorities didn't really care for them. Usually got run out of town.
Right.
Or anyway, new trick. Or else
Well,
I'll just keep guessing random things that I've seen.
I can show you. It's easier to show than explain.
Sure. Alton,
Oh.
keep doing what you're doing. Compass, make sure you're, well, don't run into the land.
Aye.
The ways are gonna be right here, I suppose.
Is it
So,
down below deck? It's a weird
well,
place to have a trick.
do you see? Well, actually, Marani, are you like hanging out on the? Are you hanging out on the? What's it called? The threshold of the door?
Let's say yes.
Well, Enderos or Barnacle or Andercole.
Anderos is fine.
Barneros? Barneros.
Well,
That actually. No, I think I do prefer Barnacle though. If you don't
Whatever
mind.
you want. Told me. Oh,
Um,
morning, sunshine. Pats Marani on the cheek.
I suppose that will drag myself over to the middle one to make this make more sense. If Marani's there. There we go.
Right, so it's downstairs. Marani, are you in on this trick?
Well,
manner of speaking, I suppose.
there's a difference between both of the doorways of these stairwells.
Right, one's on the left and one's on the right. Got
Yes,
that.
well,
Also,
the one on the
Evian, Thamor,
right.
Absinthoss, you guys can get up and join if you want as well. Like you don't, unless you want to keep sleeping.
Thamor's like, I will sleep through a whole session.
Good.
I'm sure there'll be an awkward wake up conversation down here in the lower levels.
Yep. Once you guys are done. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Zidane would just try and in that cat ate the canary, but is trying to make a joke out of it. He's trying to point at the left stairwell and then at the right, and the fact that, well, something's off, and he wants Andros to try and actually say it.
Right, so we're going downstairs, yes? And he just steps through whichever one is the right one to go there. He doesn't, I don't really remember which one it is, but he
The
just,
right one.
that's the one he picks and he walks into it.
The right one. Yep. And you are inside a villa. Well, a modest house villa that is definitely not on the ship.
Zidane? Hello? What? Where the hell are we? What? Who the?
Yeah, Marani, come here a second.
Saloon?
And he's gonna close the door on Barnacle. So he's inside.
What?
And then he opens it a couple seconds later and
Barnacle's like looking out one of the windows at all the green.
it's
Hey! You're back. What is this?
Pretty neat trick, huh?
Why is it on my ship? Is it on my ship?
well, you're technically in my new home.
Interesting.
Don't think too hard about it. Go and check out the pantry.
It's
And
over
as
there,
you
right?
wheel around, there is also the cheese wheel that has been glomped on by Alton.
Oh, cheese. Is this a special cheese? Did you bring it all the way from Tilbrook?
Sadly, it is not. I think that's why we have Mort along, though. Right? Why did we bring Mort along?
Why did we bring Mort along?
He brought the supplies, but I don't know why he's still here.
Oh, right, I remember. I've got to play pranks on him. Right. Anyway, is it edible? Are we really here? Is this the spirit world? I
don't think.
It's been a
and he's
weird
gonna
night.
He's patting Barnacle on the back and herding him back inside. Just don't think about it too hard. It's good food. Let's have breakfast.
Give me minutes to
And-
go let the dog out.
Yep.
Sorry.
Dag damn it! It was gonna.
He's
transition.
okay. That's actually pretty good. And you're in on this, Marani, eh? Are you working together? Is this your magic-y... I'm not going to see, like, you in a rat or something.
Oh, no. This is all Zidane. I was just sort of made aware of it before the rest of you.
Oh,
right. A rat?
She has a penchant for turning into a rat. I think. That's the second time, yes.
Yeah, this time went considerably better than last time.
You were a fucking noisy rat that first time.
Yeah.
I've never known a rat that bad. You really
Yeah,
should work
but
on that.
I'd like to think that I learned from that experience.
Anyway, so
I have a feeling there's a story there.
We'll tell you when you're older. What is this place exactly? Where is it? Is it on the ship? Is it not on the ship? Can we come here any time?
Oh, it's
It's
irrevocably.
beautiful. I wish there was a little bit more, rolling seas, but
Well, if you look at the grass just right and the wind catches it, it does look like seas. But oh no, it's
gives you an
irrevocably
incredulous
attached.
look.
It's irrevocably attached to the ship. I'm sorry. It's going to keep it off balance the whole entire way.
Oh,
Yes.
fuck.
There's a
Right.
thoughtful nod up and down, and then shaking his head. No, it's connected to the plane of life. Well, the plane of green. But green is associated with life, and
Have you
I
always been
may.
able to do this?
No, I am.
Good, because I'd have to smack you if you could. I've slept on the ground far too many times for you to be able to make a little, bungalow all in the middle of wherever this is.
Well, even if you did slap me, I've known you enough to know that it wouldn't very much do well.
You fucking what? And slaps him.
Roll.
Since Salty isn't here, roll for an attack.
Roll for attack.
Roll for attack.
Roll for
Do it.
attack.
Do it. Do it.
Do it. Do it.
If it's
Please
a nat
roll a nat
20, I
20.
swear.
It would just be a strength.
You know what? Zidane, take
Yeah.
my wheel, please.
You-
What does
Yeah,
wheel
yeah.
do?
You get
You get your proficiency and your strength bonus.
no, my wheel is I roll a d6 and whatever I roll, you add it to the attack roll.
Oh, is that what that
Oh.
does?
That is what that is.
For androids,
Wow.
yeah. Wow.
All right, so I am rolling it with.
Are you within 30 feet?
She's right next to me.
Right next to
Okay.
each
Yeah, I'm
other.
right next to him. Yeah. Yeah,
Someone
Andros.
didn't know if you went in.
Don't burn it on this. This will be interesting.
Oh, come on.
Knowing
It's funny.
Treg.
Here we go.
I know it's.
It's
What
a
happened?
7 for
See,
negative
you
2
let me do
damage.
it.
I heal
You
you.
healed me with a snap. We don't need any healers. We just need you to
It actually feels quite nice.
essentially
I just
gently caress Zidane's cheek.
You've given him a close
Hell, man,
shave.
What do you do to your face? That really fucking hurt.
Did I just come
Oh.
back to yet another love in the love shack?
There's slapping going on. It's fine.
Yeah, but negative damage slapping? That's
Yes.
That's all Particle can do. I heal people with slaps.
Article's the off healer.
Marani is just dying laughing, by the way.
He's like holding his wrist. He's like, "God, what is your face made of?"
Well, like I said, knowing you long enough.
Fuck you. Fuck you in this whole damn cottage. It's like storms out, still holding his wrist against his chest.
Oh, God.
Oh. A scene transition to below deck, right?
Yeah. What's everyone else doing? What is Evian? How are things down there?
You're covered in a blanket, right?
Nope, she is
Covered in
pretty
booze.
much- Not really booze. She's just, I guess, leaning propped up against the other barrels, and then one empty.
Covered in blood.
Yeah, maybe. Still looking like a mess from the previous night. So
Oh, you haven't changed.
no.
Ooh.
All right. What's the exact visual I'm getting? How terrified should I be?
She's kind of, I guess, dirty with a little bit of sea spray in her face. She's sleeping, slunkered, propped against one of the barrels, has a empty bottle of wine in between her lap. But she seems, pure in sleep.
Would it be too far of a stretch to say that Shinari was watching over Evian at some point?
Probably not
corner,
too far of a
otherwise-
stretch.
Seems
Yes.
reasonable.
Okay. Otherwise, I can move the leaf doggo away.
Shinari could have been down there, sleeping alongside.
that okay? Key, Fred? Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Good morning, Evian.
And then she just kind of slumps further into the barrel.
Oh, I see. The eyeballs pointing towards the wine bottle. Let's see. There's some water around here, isn't there?
She slightly opens an eye and she's like, if you fucking drop me, I'll fucking kill you where you stand.
If I what you?
Never mind. She basically stretches and then rubs her eyes carefully and then pushes herself up from the barrel. What time is it?
Morning?
What? Oh, okay. I guess. Morning.
You look really rough. Should I kind of gestures with the hands? Like, should I clean up the gesturing towards just you in general? The dirt?
That would be nice. I'd rather not smell like shit for the rest of the day.
Cast some prestidigitation to get the dirt and other crap all off of Evian.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, and she's like clutching her head, having a little first time hangover.
I should get you some water. Where do they pack the water?
That's
Where
a
would
great
they pack the water?
It would be secured in one of the barrels as well. Some fresh water that Mort had to drag in.
All right, let's use some of that water. We could get everyone.
I don't know what this is, but I was thinking that would be the water basin.
I mean, yeah, water would be in
Yeah.
big old barrels.
Yeah.
That'd work.
She walks over there, spotting it, and then takes her hands and then it kind of splashes water at her face before looking over to him.
I was going to give you a cup of water to drink, but okay. That's not to
That's
waste
okay.
water.
I need water in the face. But
You
I'll
can use
just
some to
myself
drink too.
in a moment. Maybe, yeah, just give me the cup before I barf.
I'll give you the cup.
So she takes the cup and dunks it and takes a sip, kind of like giving a brief glance over to him before lowering the cup. So, yesterday.
I was going to ask, do you want to talk about last night?
Well, from all the previous engagements that we had prior, and getting two things click together, and having a very one-on-one talk with a ghostly apparition of her evil foe. Yeah, sure. What do you want to talk about?
Your wrestler seemed really personal to you.
Yeah. He was the one who destroyed the village I used to be in and killed all my villagers and my father. Yeah, so yeah, I can say it's personal, but in the end, I do regret not getting the final blow, but I eventually got the answers that I wanted, and I could to him.
That's good. When you were violently stabbing him, his dead corpse,
Mm-hmm.
did anything strange happen?
Well, I can tell you that I had a ghostly apparition on one conversation with him last night, if that's what you're referring to.
Eyes narrow, squinting.
If, let's just say, I don't know if it was a drunken dream or if it was an actual conversation, but let's just say that, his blood is done and it's gone.
Mm,
And she kind of adjusts her new bow on her back And she kind of like pokes at it. Yeah, this thing has some interesting qualities to it, giving me the chance for the answers that I was seeking for. Was there anything specific you wanted of the blood or something?
So the body didn't have some kind of countermeasure. Perhaps it didn't react to you stabbing to it. Perhaps maybe
Mm.
even a dark emulsion jumping out.
You and your emulsions.
So, were you hinting at absinthe? Are you saying your dark magic hooked onto what's his fucking name again? I forgot his name. I don't fucking care anymore, but is that what you're replying to?
And at this point, let's do some telepathic speech. If I can
Okay.
just find the thingamaboob. Without seeing his mouth open. Yes, let's just say his Arrestomora's otherworldly powers are far more insidious than they appear.
She kind of blinks and then looks over to you, crossing her arms, and then just replies back, "Oh, you're able to do this, huh?" And I don't know if this is back through mine.
I mean, if you want to be telepathic, I think it allows it.
Yeah, I can do that. So yeah, she
In a
replies
way.
back to you in your mind.
In a way, it pulls from the same power. There's more danger from it, and I feel like something's missing. When I was able to link to his mind, when he was killed by Thamor, Restmore is claiming that the power was leaving him, as if there
Mm-hmm.
was a top-down hierarchy of this power. So I'm sure you didn't notice, but on the left hand, there was a symbol of a crescent moon,
Mm.
which is what they use to enhance their power from this dark void. He
The
judged it with his
only
own. There's no crescent moon.
Oh, I didn't see no symbol or anything of that nature. Blankly, I was in blind rage when I body. I mean, who wouldn't be?
I don't disagree in
Especially
that.
if he killed everybody you loved. Wouldn't you be the same rage?
I'm not gonna fault you for it. I'm just concerned that there is some kind of dead man switch ploy going on. He seemed
Well,
ever confident on his victory.
all I know when this conversation I had with him last night before I guess I blacked out, he kept saying that we lived in a very false livelihood, this whole world, and that we're pretty much all fools, and he wanted to wipe out all of us, and um yeah, we're just he wanted to wipe everything out in existence and everything to be perfect. And was it, I want to say it was Faylor? Or GM, is this was it Phalorn or was it Alarin, the Elf King?
It was Phalorn.
Phalorn, thank you. And he
Well,
was
the elf king is the one that's in the crown. Like the old elf king is in the crown. The one that he was referring to is like your great grandfather was Phalorn.
yeah, okay. And he was saying that Phalorn was pretty much made everything into a huge spiral, kept going off that he was, again, a fool, and that we're just all specks of him and just want to destroy it all so we can have a perfect world, like I mentioned before. To be honest, I don't even know if I could believe those words, but all I know is that no matter where you go, it's gonna be perfect. That's all I got from him.
It seems too detailed just to be a drunk dream.
Now you think about it, yeah.
He must have had something. Gosh darn it.
He was seeking Ascendos.
There was some kind of countermeasure that we could not have predicted that must have been used. It's the only explanation. That's why he was talking to you. That's why he gave you all the detail. People of this cult do believe that from nothingness is perfection. It requires the annihilation of all creation, which is, I assume is why he thinks we're all fools. Is there's perfection in nothing, essentially. I want to let it get to your head. It's an incorrect interpretation of nihilism.
You know, like I said to him before, he is disgrace. He's a fool himself, and he's just a master of lies. I'm glad he's gone.
I don't think he's exactly gone, and that's what
Well,
worries me.
he's gone from this one. Let's just say that.
Just because they're gone from one plane does not mean they're gone from another.
And when it comes to that, we'll deal with him again. This time I will finally land that final blow. If I ever see that fucker again. But anyways.
I had another really weird dream.
Hmm.
Well, I guess I saw Marani with some kind of celestial pachyderm elephant, and it was
She
eating
raises a brow at
cheese.
that. Okay, now that sounds more like a drunk dream.
I know, it's very strange. I'm not sure if it's a dream or not, because Alton still was a sassy asshole to me.
I don't know. I don't talk to Elton that much. Then again, he's probably pissed off at me from earlier, but
He's probably more mad at me.
because you were having ties with the old foe.
The appearance, I guess. They believe appearance is reality. It's whatever. Doesn't matter too much.
I understand why you were siding with him.
Siding with him?
Not, let me speak, please. Not really siding, as in kind of like watching him, kind of learning, observing his motives and whatnot. I get that part. But I understand how everyone is probably, from all the bickering and yelling, from what I recall, after the rest of them were fallen, they're probably pissed off that you didn't tell them. I mean, we've been traveling with everybody, and I know we're not good friends. But it would be nice if you told them the motives of what you were doing instead of sneaking around. But being as from a background from I have been, I understand that motive, your intention. But as a friend, it would have been nice if you said something.
Would have been nice too. Just didn't want to give any indication that it was sabotage on him.
Or being caught or killed. I get it. Sometimes you just gotta hide the truth in order to save people.
Effectively like that. Well, I guess some extra truth, because there's not too much point fighting it, is the void speaks to me. I hate it. It's emotive. It wishes destruction and everything.
And why talk to it?
To really
I
defeat your
think
enemy, you must understand it.
but press too far and you can be consumed.
Well, that's why there's 6 of you.
Are
I
you
get you.
sacrificing yourself? Is that what you're telling me?
Oh, I've already sacrificed myself. That's not an issue. But if it push comes to shove, I hope that you all make the right decision.
Let's just hope it doesn't come to that decision. And she pats you on the shoulder, giving you a firm squeeze. I'm telling you, absent us, as your friend, I'm not going to let you go through that. I got your back.
As you're walking away, I mutter under my breath. Let's see how that goes when we go to the infernal planes.
Do I hear this? I don't know.
I tried to mutter it, just like not in the telepathic speech.
Okay. You just give a small smirk, coy smirk, and give you a little firm slap on the back. Well, let's just go see how everyone else is.
Yeah, let's see how everyone else is doing. Let's see if we get some breakfast going.
That would be nice. To be honest, I don't want to throw up right now. Food sounds good.
I could just get some more water.
Please go through the right stairway. Please go through the right stairway. Please go through the right stairway.
Follow me.
um,
I should check.
Hmm?
Does it really look that different? The room.
uh, oh, going up the stairs?
Yeah.
The
If
way
the
I
door,
envision,
I mean, depending on if the door's open or closed, if it's currently open, like if he has the portal open, essentially, then yeah, you would be looking up and see a full-size, villa room kind of, or like estate at the top of the stairs instead of the light coming from um the top deck of the ship. But if he has the door closed, then it would just be a
it's
closed door.
open.
So yeah,
People are going in and out on the other side.
So it wasn't a dream. Come on, Evian.
Someone inside at the moment? Or is this when Andros slapped
This is Andros
Zidan?
stomping out of it.
Morani and Zidane are still
holding a
inside.
bruised wrist.
Andros, are you okay?
he's turning red again.
Fuck off. Stops.
His pride is hurt.
Oh, let's see if we can
Oh, this
walk
is
through.
interesting.
So yeah, you guys are going up the stairs into the house whilst Ronnie and Zidan are on the threshold as you guys come in. That's really weird.
So
Thinking with portals.
So this wasn't a dream after all. I actually did wake up last night.
Wait, you traveled to the Fey world?
No. This isn't Fae. Fae are tricksters. This is. What is this?
It's well, it's I guess you can say it's a plane of life.
Sure.
What was that?
We're coming from behind. You're in the forest.
These are the flat plains. She's from the forest.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
not the Fae.
yeah.
That's all I ask.
Is rolling plains of green grass that are waving in a gentle breeze outside the windows that do not open.
Now, if I remember correctly, didn't I see a elephant eat cheese, but like it didn't really eat it? Do we still have cheese?
I don't know, but
Well, the food's real. He points over at the kitchen.
Yeah,
And
good.
it's fresh.
Oh, it's good. Let's get some breakfast then.
Evian, you look like hell.
really, after I got spunked up by some magic powder,
We still
We
look
did-
hungover.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
part.
And
that's
only
hard.
plain
Dehydrated.
physical appearances, you still probably have like bags under your eyes slightly and just kind of that disheveled like look to you.
And also, yeah, the disheveled. You can get the bloodstains out, but the clothes and whatnot are still. Eh.
I think the clothes would have been covered in prestidigitation, but I would agree that the eyes and the dehydrated look would
Mm.
stay.
Let me break out the Perrier.
Quick question: would
Say drinking after about how many years has it been? 60 years since the last drink. That's been a
Well,
while.
60 years since you last knowingly intended to drink.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a while.
You did have the milk from the goat a while back, but you saved on the Constitution.
She didn't know that.
Yeah.
would
Oh,
lesser restoration cure her hangover?
Technically, yes.
don't waste your spell. It's fine.
So,
Okay.
Thamor, what are you doing when you wake up to this as well? Or are you just sleeping through the morning?
He's currently on deck.
All right. Well, what do you? You've got
Just
a bunch of
watching a whole
people
bunch of
crowding
people
around.
lurking at a doorway.
Yeah.
And he had Andorra stomp off holding his wrist.
He's gonna try fishing.
Oh.
All right. Classic Thamor. All right. So Thamor's just gonna be fishing off the side of the boat.
Yep.
I'm curious what the reaction Shinari would have to stepping through the portal.
Shinari.
I am home.
Shinari wouldn't really be that confused, honestly. This is kind of because it's basically her home plane.
Well, she's gonna go above deck and know that there's bullshittery going on with the. I imagine she'd know there's bullshittery going on with this damn
Channel
giant-
divinity, sense bullshittery. Confirmed.
Isn't that like the whole game, though? I don't.
Yeah, well. I think though.
We're fishing,
Yeah, Thamor's fishing.
Oh, fishing.
halberd fishing.
Well, you guys have fishing supplies, but whether or not Thamor is using it is another question.
No, he has a rope tied to a halberd again.
God. I bought fishing tackle just for you.
Thamor is a god. He needs not this mortal contraption of fishing. He needs only
guess
his
so.
halberd.
And rope to get his halberd back.
What would a god need with rope?
Now
Hey,
he can
don't
do
throw away
everything
his
but rope.
halberd. We need that 10-foot reach.
I know.
I have 2 halberds.
If I say this, you're just gonna throw your halberds off, and then we're gonna look at you questioningly and say, "Doesn't a god? Wouldn't you be able to just get those back?" And you're not gonna be able to do it.
If you put 2 halberds together, does it have
I'll be able to get
15 or
it back.
20 feet of
I'll
reach?
toss you over. You get it from me.
That doesn't make you a god. That just makes you a dick.
All right, I can't hear you when you're drowning.
Boy.
Yeah,
I think
I'm gonna try halberd fishing.
I know it's been kind of a RP heavy night, but I think I need to call it a bit early because I got a appointment tomorrow morning.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that's fine.
And kind of pick up with hopefully kind of getting back into the action a little bit now that we've gotten past some of the RP of the new artifacts and talents and everyone discovering what each other can do. and trying to feed celestial elephants cheese and tricking people with the door. I'm going to have to roleplay more figuring out what the fuck is going on with the door. Because that's going to be
Somebody's gonna
fun.
kick him into the door, and Zidan's not gonna let him in, so he's just gonna face
Ye-
plant into a invisible
Wait,
Basically,
wall.
yeah, because
Question.
Pele and Mort have not been given access to it. So,
Which
Or
way is the
Bailey.
sun shining from?
rises in. I can't remember what direction right now. I'm too tired.
Rises east, sets in the west.
So it'd be sun towards the bow.
Yeah, it would be off
So the shadows
your
be casting this way?
bow port side, I think.
Yes.
I think Noko wants to do a dice roll.
What? What is he
No,
doing?
I'm just thinking for next session. If everyone can show off their powers, I guess I'll show off my
Oh, yeah.
There. I drew a sunlight thing. The sun is not square.
He and I actually might be moving into my grandmother's place tomorrow.
Suddenly, Minecraft.
Nice.
That'd be good. We can take the night off tomorrow.